Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Before we begin, let me introduce myself briefly. I am Fifi Mustaqfiroh, the Student Education Department of Win Maulana Malik Ibrahim Malang. As you can see on the screen, our topic today is the importance of understanding multicultural education. I will begin by presenting the meaning of multicultural education. Then I will continue by explaining about multicultural education goals. And finally, I will explain the methods of implement multicultural education. In my presentation, I will focus on three major issues. First, I will explain about the meaning of multicultural education. Second, explain about goals of multicultural education. And third, explain about methods of implement multicultural education. My presentation will take about 10 minutes. Don't worry about take notes. I have put all important statistics on a handout for you. There will time for question after my presentation. According to several reference to articles and papers that I read in, it is said that multicultural education is something important so that humans can respect each other's difference and assume that all kinds of difference are beauty, while the remaining in unity even though they are different. In this part of my presentation, I would like to tell you about meaning of multicultural education. Multicultural education is an effort to develop personalities inside and outside schools that learn about various kinds of social status, race, ethnicity, religion in order to create a smart personality in dealing with problems of cultural diversity, tolerance. Let's move on to the next point. Multicultural education goals is facilitating students with an understanding of the various cultures of all ethnic groups. Next, facilitating students that all cultures of every ethnicity have the same values with one another. Next, to create equal opportunities for education for all students of different race, ethnicities, social class, and culture groups. Next, increasing teachers' understanding of how cultural diversity shapes learning styles, teaching behavior, and education delivery decision. Next, have a strong national or state insight. So much for methods of implement multicultural education. Integrate the content provided if television is dominated by content from around the capital. You can present stories about other regions and cultures. Next, building knowledge often the media only raise one side or surface of a particular culture. For example, people from Java are known for their gentle demeanor. The teacher can explain more about the values adopted by the Javanese and the level of manner that apply in the culture. Teaches universal equation despite Indonesia's diversity. Every Indonesian citizen has the same degree before the law. Wherever a person comes from and wherever he is raised, all have the same rights as citizens which need to be respected. As I mentioned before, the meaning of multicultural education is an effort to develop personalities inside and outside schools that learn about various kinds of social status, race, ethnicity, religion in order to create a smart personality in dealing with problems of cultural diversity, tolerance, and goals of multicultural education is to facilitating students with an understanding to instill sympathy, respect, appreciation, and empathy for adherents of different religions and culture. And methods of implement multicultural education is integrate the content, building knowledge, and teaching universal equation. I want to sum up the main points, the conclusion of multicultural education as a guidance to instill an attitude of tolerance, namely mutual respect between each other with all the difference that exists. This is of course very much needed by Indonesia is a country that is rich in culture, so that integration can still be carried out without discrimination for a peaceful and prosperous life. To sum up, signaling the end of the presentation, well, this brings me to the end of my presentation summarizing the main points. Before I stop, let me to track my main points again. At the meaning of multicultural education is an effort to develop personalities inside and outside schools that learn about various kinds of social status, race, ethnicity, religion in order to create a smart personality in dealing with problems of cultural diversity, tolerance. And goals of multicultural education is to facilitating students with an understanding to instill sympathy, respect, appreciation, and empathy for adherents of different religions and cultures. And method to implement multicultural education is integrate the content, building knowledge, and teaching universal equation. Thank you everyone. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.